Now, where are you from?
Aiken County, South Carolina.
Still living there?
No, I live in Jacksonville, Florida now.
And how old were you when you made that move?
29.
Oh.
Yeah, I just moved 4 months ago.
What was the reason?
Just wasn't nothing in my area, you know. Looking
Now,
for something different.
You're a rapper in the South.
Yeah.
Of all places, why would you choose Jacksonville? Atlanta's kind of in the middle between South Carolina and Jacksonville. That's the capital of the South. For Southern music, at this point, people would consider Atlanta like the New York City of the South. Why would you go to Jacksonville of all places and not go to Atlanta instead?
I mean, everybody moving to Atlanta for the same reason. Why not be different? Like, I ain't trying to, like...
Why not Miami? If you're going to move to a place in Florida, why not? Or Tampa?
Well, I mean,
or Orlando?
I'm close enough to those places or whatever. I can drive there anytime. But, you know, Jacksonville is just, it's my new home now. I like it. Duval.
Now, how do you pronounce the South Carolina city?
Aiken County.
Aiken. For people that's never heard of that, but maybe they're familiar with Charleston, South Carolina.
Sure, we ain't nowhere close to Charleston.
How far?
Augusta, Georgia. It's probably about 3 hours, well, 2.5 hours away from Charleston.
So you're closer to Augusta, Georgia?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what was it like for you growing up in Aiken? Paint the picture for us.
It's a little country little lifestyle living, you know, small city. But a lot of things go down in Aiken County or whatever. It ain't much different from no other hood, no other places you ever been. Everybody got the same struggle, you know.
Looking back, was it rough?
Shit, yeah. Ain't nothing to do. Either you gonna sell dope or you gonna work at a mill. Or you gonna rap about it. What else can you do?
What was your roughest point growing up?
My what?
Your roughest point, your roughest moment growing up.
I'd say when I lost my Uncle Wilbert, man. That shit really fucked me up. He was like a father figure to me, you know. It ain't really much to do with music, but he got a lot of the reasons why I do what I do now.
And how did you lose him?
I do the cancer.
What kind of cancer?
That I can't even really say.
You don't know?
That shit fucked up. Yeah. Nah, I don't. I don't actually know the right type.
But he had it. When they caught it, what stage was he in?
That I can't say either.
Okay. You don't know. How old were you when
I didn't really get into the details and none of that stuff of it, you know.
Well, you know, the thing is, you know, I'm kind of curious as to why you didn't really kind of to know. Maybe it's something that runs in your family and you want to prevent it yourself.
Yeah, but while everything was going on, I was actually in Iraq serving because I was in the military.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I was away from home anyway.
I see. But the time you found out he had cancer to the time of his death, how long was that?
Probably about 2 years.
So maybe he was in a later stage where he didn't last too much longer.
Yeah.
Now, as a kid growing up, going to school, what type of student were you in school?
Shit.
Well, actually, let me backtrack a little bit because I have a few more questions about your uncle. I'm kind of fast forwarding a little bit too quick. When you found out, how did you find out? Actually, you said you were overseas, stationed. Was it like an email situation? Was it a phone call?
Actually, no, I had called home. Yeah, I called my mama, and she was just talking about how bad he was getting or whatever, and they didn't think he was gonna last much longer. It was probably like a month and a half before I was about to come back, and it actually happened. I was fucked up. I couldn't come back. Shit.
When was the last time you spoke to him before that point?
Probably like a year. He was really sick. He couldn't really talk. He had one of the little things in his throat.
Oh.
Yeah.
Pretty rough.
Yeah, for real.
So not surprising that he died from cancer. You kind of knew this was
eventually, yeah,
happening? Like you predicted this to happen? Now, were you able to just get out of the military for a second and attend a funeral? How does that work?
No, they wouldn't even send me back. I had to stay in Iraq until it was time to come home.
You tried?
Did I? Yeah.
What's the policy on stuff like that? How does the military operate?
What is it like? Immediate family, mother, father, grandmother, sister, brother.
So uncle doesn't count?
Nah.
Even though he was a father figure to you. Now, what do you miss most about him?
Shit, just that country lifestyle, man. It's a different lifestyle in the country or whatever, where you can go and you see people just having barbecue pits lit up and stuff like that. You know.
Favorite memory of your uncle?
Shit, every one of them.
Is there one that stands out that you can
just
share?
do everything together, like just fishing, all kinds of stuff like that or whatever.
How does one cope with the death of a loved one?
You kind of just accept it for what it is and move on.
Any advice to somebody that is going through the death of a loved one themselves? Everybody copes differently. Every death is different. But what would you say? Any advice there? Somebody going through something similar right now watching this interview?
I mean, you can't change what's destined to happen. I can't really tell somebody how to deal with it or whatever. But I know how I deal with it. I just accept it.
Has this changed the direction of your music at all?
It makes me go harder.
Back to you, growing up, before we even get into the military stuff, which I would love to talk about.
Yeah, that's what I really want to.
But being a student in school, what type of student were you in school?
I really was a fuck up. I didn't really do what I was supposed to do. You know? I didn't do no schoolwork or none of that shit. Hell, I think I went to school more in the summer than I did in the regular year because I was always getting kicked out. Stay getting kicked out the bus.
But kicked out or getting suspended or getting expelled is the two or three different things. Did it ever get that bad?
Might as well put all of them together. And yeah, after school suspension, in school suspension, expelled for the rest of the year. Dumb shit. Just doing stuff I ain't had no business doing.
What were you expelled for? Exactly.
You know, I can't even remember.
Now,
that's crazy.
Did you have to do alternative school?
Yeah, I did that a couple times. Probably about 3 or 4 times.
Did you rap in school at all?
Yeah. Well, my mom used to get mad at me all the time because I used to ride around with this little notepad or whatever. And I used to just write rhymes all the time. She used to be like, oh, she used to always say, Dan, you can write them fucking raps, but you can't write your goddamn schoolwork down like that. Like, look at it now, though.
Battle classmates?
Nah, it wasn't never that type of party.
Graduated high school, though?
Nah, I actually dropped out in the 9th grade.
You dropped out of the 9th grade. Can you still be accepted into the military if you drop out of high school?
Shit, I got my GED.
So you had to get a GED to enroll into the military?
Yeah. Because I got sent to this little, what was it? It was like a little military academy or whatever. I stayed in there for like 7 months. It's kind of like boot camp.
And you were sent there before the GED situation, or?
Yeah, I had to get my GED in the program.
Okay.
Yeah.
And why were you sent there? I've heard of people going to alternative school. I never heard somebody say they had to go to like a military boot camp type of thing.
Because I didn't want to go to school with the regular kids.
So that was an alternative route?
Yeah.
I don't know. Alternative school sounds more appealing to someone like myself than military boot camp as a kid, but maybe you're different.
I wish I wouldn't have took that route, but if I never did, I wouldn't be who I am today.
So you do regret that decision?
No, I don't regret nothing I've done.
But if you could turn back the hands of time, you wouldn't have made that decision. That's kind of what you just said.
Seeing that it's already done, you know, I wouldn't change a thing.
I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about hindsight 2020. Maybe somebody watching this that's thinking, oh, should I do this military boot camp or go to alternative school?
Shit, go to regular school. But you're going to make that decision for it. That don't even make no sense.
So you drop out of 9th grade, and how long after you drop out of 9th grade is this GED obtained?
Shit, probably
like, is it 2-3 years later? Is it a year later? Like, how soon are you catching this GED?
No, I got it like a year later.
So, if it's almost like you skip grades then, right? Because if you're in the 9th grade and you didn't drop out, a year later would be 10th or 11th grade.
I know it, right? And what's crazy is I started this little technical school or whatever. And when I showed up to register, it was people that graduated 2 years before I would have graduated. And they was like, what the fuck are you doing here?
When did the technical school come into play?
This is probably like when I was...
This was before the GED?
No, this is right after that. I started school when I was 17, matter of fact.
So you get the GED, you go to military boot camp, then you try the technical school out.
Yeah, but that shit ain't work.
Why not?
I just really went into it like that. The damn school was right across the street from the hood. Should I rather go to the hood than go to school?
So then, when does the military option to join the military become a thought and then go into fruition?
I don't know, shit just got a little hot around the age of 20, I think. And they was just, I don't know, they were locking everybody up and I really wasn't with it, so I kind of took the first thing smoking, took off and went to the Army.
So that was your decision, it wasn't your family pushing you to?
No, they ain't want me to go.
Anybody in your family joined the military prior to you?
Shit, a couple people, my uncle's son. Oh, Lord.
Your uncle?
No, well, yeah, my uncle was in too. Matter of fact, yeah, that's crazy. But my uncle's son.
Your uncle's son.
Mm-hmm.
Now, did you converse with these guys about, you know, your thoughts to go to the military? Hey, should I do this? Should I not? What was everybody else telling you? I
mean, they made it look cool to do it, so they was traveling the world. They was doing all kinds of stuff. I ain't seen nothing but Aiken County my whole life. I want to get away and do something else.
I see. Now, you choose the Army of all the different branches. Why that?
Shit, the Army was taking anybody. They ain't care what kind of background you had. They ain't care if you could pass a piss test. None of that shit. They was just letting people in.
So that was the easiest one to get into?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Now, your parents, they didn't want you to join?
Nah, they weren't really for it.
But you did it anyways?
Yeah, shit, I was grown then.
What was the contract time?
Well, to sign up for 4 years at first. Yeah, it was 4 years.
Did you end after the contract, or did you renew it, or?
I renewed it when I got to Iraq.
And for how much longer after the first initial 4 years?
3 more years.
Now, did you fulfill that?
Shit, no, I got kicked out.
Kicked out of the military?
Yeah, a lot of people don't even know that.
So I'm assuming...
I didn't say they kicked me out. I quit. Fuck it.
So what kind of charge was your exit?
Oh, I got a general discharge.
General under honorable?
Mm-hmm. So I still skated away cool. But it just got upgraded to an honorable.
You did just get it upgraded?
Yeah.
Now explain that process.
And I just got a letter in the mail and it was like my discharge had been upgraded.
Was that something you had to apply for to upgrade?
Nah. Like it just came out of nowhere. It was just a letter in the mail.
Maybe somebody had reviewed your account?
That's what I'm thinking. Somebody's looking out for me. Somebody had to be looking out for me.
Now, somebody that's thinking about joining the military, explain, you know, what an honorable discharge is, a general under honorable, and then obviously below that is dishonorable discharge.
Yeah, I wouldn't know nothing about them though. I ain't come across that. Honorable discharge is just when you get out the regular way. You know?
That's the most favorable.
Yeah, you serve your time and you just get out and go about your business.
General under honorable, how bad is that?
Shit, it ain't bad at all in my opinion.
Do employees, I mean not employees, do employers look at stuff like that and, oh man, this kid got a general under honorable, that's not good?
I ain't never heard nobody say nothing like that.
But if you got a dishonorable discharge.
I've seen people with dishonorable discharge get jobs.
Oh, you have?
Shit.
Okay. I thought maybe a dishonorable discharge would be frowned upon in the free world, free society.
I don't know. I've never seen it frowned upon. The people that I know that got them, they got jobs.
Now, what exactly got you kicked out?
Smoking.
Doing drugs?
Yeah.
Smoking marijuana?
Yeah.
And they don't just give you a warning, hey, if you do this again and we catch you, it's going to be kicked out. It's a zero tolerance policy. They catch you and you're done?
I mean, it might be now. But I know people that piss out probably like 7, 8 times or whatever, and they was still in. But for the most part, shit, I wanted to get out. I wasn't even tripping on the Army no more.
Oh.
Yeah, I just wasn't with it no more.
Now, during your time you served in Iraq, was that the only place in the Middle East?
Nah, I went to Korea too.
Well, that's not in the Middle East.
Oh, well. Where's it at?
But you were stationed in Korea aside from Iraq. Right. When you were in Iraq, was that during the time there was some, like, was it wartime out there when you were out there? Was it?
Yeah.
Paint the picture for me.
It was actually, it just had switched
because I know there was a point. Freedom. There was a point where Barack was trying to get most of the troops out and trying to, you know.
Oh no, I was over there before all that. I was over there in 2009 to 2010. Yeah, it was rough. I mean, it was calming down, but at the same sense, it was rough. Like.
So it was calming down, but it was still rough.
Shit.
So they weren't in taking troops out mode yet. Not at that time.
They was still doing that. They was blowing shit up all the time. They was shooting mortar rounds and all kinds of stuff. We had to walk around with the lights off at nighttime because they was just shooting at us so much.
So how scary was that out there for you?
Scariest shit I ever seen in my life.
But you stayed on base. You didn't have to.
Nah, I was out. I was on a little outpost. It probably went number like 200 people, 300 people where I was. A little small, little joint base.
So an outpost, is that guarding the base? Or is that...
you got people guarding the post.
Or is that like something beyond past the base?
Shoot, we probably about a good 2-hour drive away from the main fog.
Oh, so that's like its own little station, its own little island out there.
That we guard, yeah. It was pretty rough.
Scary, 2 hours away. Anything could happen between that drive from point A to point B back on the base.
Anything could happen.
What's the scariest encounter? Anything too crazy?
Yeah, a couple things happened actually. Oh, this one time, this is like when I first got over there. I was in the shower trailer and I was taking a shower. The next thing you know, you can hear like these little whistling things coming in. The next thing you know, they like just boom, boom, hitting the back of the T-walls. And the shit, it hit the T-wall so hard, it shook the shower trailer. So I had to just take off running, like butt ass naked. I'm talking about just hauling ass, like.
Literally.
I ain't never heard nothing like that a day in my life. Shit.
So that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, for real. It's crazy over there.
Somebody watching this, let's say they are thinking about joining the military. Should I do it? Should I not do it? They're on the fence. What's the advice there? What do you tell a kid like that?
Man, there's a lot of other shit you can do. Unless you ain't got nothing else to do. But that definitely wouldn't be my first option. I ain't taking nothing away from the people that's in it, but it ain't for me. I can't do it.
I've talked to different people that have done some military time in different interviews. And some people, kind of say, maybe back then under Barack times when he was getting the troops out, if you were joining the military, and when I say getting the troops out, getting them out of the Middle East area, most of them, around that time joining the military was probably more of a favorable thing to do if somebody's trying to join the military versus maybe times today under the Trump administration who, you've got stuff going on in Korea and China and Russia and the Middle East, and it could be, maybe an unfavorable condition to join the military of if they had a choice between then and now. What do you make of that?
I don't know, I don't really know too many people going in the military right now. I don't even hear people talk about it like they was back in 2008 when I went in. I guess it was just it was a getaway gig when I was doing it. People was just trying to get away from the streets.
I guess what I'm saying is if somebody wanted an easy ride in the military, right?
They want to be the Army.
It would probably been a better time for a quote-unquote easy ride in the military around the times when Barack was trying to pull troops out of the Middle East than maybe joining now under the Trump administration?
I think it's all the same.
Okay.
It don't matter. You always gonna play them the military war games.
Now, looking back, was the Army the right branch for you to choose? I know you you said how easy it was to join, but you know, looking back, was that the right branch, or do you wish you would have tried a different branch instead?
Nah. For the most part, I got what I needed out of the Army. I got what I needed. I don't think I could have did what I did in any other branch.
Did you rap while you were in the military? Was it like publicly known? Like, did all the soldiers and troops around you know you were a rapper? Or was it kind of like just kept to yourself type of thing?
Yeah, it was kept to myself. The few people that I fought with or whatever, they knew. Like, a few people, we used to be recording in the barracks in Korea and stuff like that too.
Why not?
In fact, we used to be recording in the barracks.
Why not let it be known? Why not let hey, you know, this guy's really, he's
I ain't
rapping.
really take it serious then.
Oh.
I ain't really take it serious, but when I came back, it was when I came back from Korea, my partner had called me. He was like, "Hey man, come down to Savannah real quick, let's get in the studio." So that particular night when I drove down there, it's kind of like it stuck with me. I was on my way to Colorado, so that shit started getting stupid to me in the military, so I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna get out, and I'm gonna just rap.
Were there other people rapping that you knew of out there? I mean, you and your buddies kind of, or the people around you knew, but were there other people that were like actively rapping and letting people know, hey, I'm rapping out here too, aside from
it was
military?
a couple of people, a couple of my partners or whatever. My partner Gino, yeah, he was doing his thing. He up in New York right now, still doing his thing. He got out the Army too.
Can rappers be successful with a military background? Are there commercial successes of rappers that have had, you know, joined the military at some point in their life?
Shit, Mystical was in the military one.
I heard. I don't know. I haven't been able to fact check that, but I heard somebody had said that to me as well.
I don't know. I can't really answer that. I don't really know who's in the military now. But I'm pretty sure there's some people out there that got that military background. They probably just ain't never said nothing about it.
Now, looking back, I know you gave us some advice on, you know, somebody that's, you know, kind of on the fence. Should I join? Should I not? But hindsight 2020. I know you said earlier you don't regret anything in your life. But if you could turn back the hands of time, would you have joined the military? Would you have went to college after the GED instead of the technical school? Would you have wished you really took the technical school serious? Or maybe bypassed all this stuff and just went straight into the music career choice? What do you say? Hindsight 2020, if you could do it all over again.
I wish I would have skipped all that and just started rapping when I was supposed to. Because it's like I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. But yeah, I wish I would have never even did all that. Well, not so much wish, but if I could change it, I probably wouldn't have went to the military. But I couldn't say that I would be here right now if I didn't go to the military. If I didn't go to that technical school, if I didn't go to that military academy. Like, all of that plays a part to bringing me right here.
So after you leave the military situation, rap and the rap career is taken seriously at that point right away, or is there other stuff going on and then you lead into the rap career?
I got out of the Army April 14th, 2014. I shot my first video on the 16th in Denver, Colorado. And it's been on ever since.